I'd say the most important thing in Madden 26 is having a solid stack of coins at all times on your account. That is exactly what we are going to talk about today. 5 different ways that you guys can make coins every single day in Madden. And none of these methods are going to be super hard. Before we hop in and talk about anything brand new, we do have a few quick small things we do need to go over. First things first, we are currently on the road to 15,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new to the channel and you do enjoy daily Madden 26 Ultimate Team content, I feel like you already know what to do. Get on there, drop a like on this video if you have not already. 100 and let's say 57 likes in 24 hours will be a gift card giveaway for you guys over in my Discord. Now that we got that all out of the way, let's hop in and talk about 5 different ways you guys can make coins every single day in Madden 26. Now, as we go through the methods today, they are going to become a little bit harder, so bear with me. This one right here, we have talked about a few times on the channel, which by the way, for those who don't know, I'm going to try to post one coin method video a week just like this one, where I give you guys a bunch of methods for you to do during the weekend or do during the week, just so you guys have methods to make coins, and then once a week, we'll update them with brand new methods. I'd rather give you guys one video with a ton of different methods than 5 different videos with one method each. I think it makes it a little bit easier. First method, though, is going to be the offline house rules. Again, we have talked about this one a few times, so I'm not going to spend too much time here, but to break it down quickly, 9-0 gives you 30,000 coins, plus for the first time you go through a 76 plus overall player pack, and the second time a 78 plus overall player pack. It is essentially unlimited coins. Yes, the house rules does take a decent bit of time. This week's house rules is actually better than last week's. It's still not going to be as quick and as good as the early access house rules, but I do prefer this one when comparing it to last week's, while playing through the house rules, specifically the offline one, just because you really shouldn't lose in that mode. You are also going to get season 1 event pass XP. You get the season 1 event pass XP to progress through the season 1 event pass, which ultimately will give you additional coins as well as player pass. We've done this math a few times on the channel, but if you guys own the premium event pass right here and grind all the way to the end, just off the coins right here alone, there is 582,000 coins unlockable to earn. If you don't have the premium pass and you just have the free one, I'm just gonna get the free one. There is 291,000 coins just off these 6,000 coin levels by themselves, and then you add in the 76 and the 78 overall player packs you guys get every other level. The event pass, the offline house rules is something we all need to be grinding, especially if you are somebody who does not have a ton of coins. The games are not difficult. You can win these games with a 74 overall team, and you can technically make unlimited coins. It is a free method, and it looks like this is going to be a method we have every single week. Next week, we will be moving away from the preseason standout promo, so I am interested to see how EA is going to change up the rewards. Will it always be 30,000 coins? Will it go up? Will it go down? We'll have to wait and see, but for this week, another really solid week to make coins. Number 2 is going to be a brand new method. It is going to be the 77 overall legend uncommon set. This set right here needs 5 74 to 76 overall players, and by completing this set and exchanging all 5 of those 74s, you're only going to want to toss in 74s. You are going to receive one 77 overall legend uncommon player pack. That's just one 77 overall legend. You get to pick one of any of the legend players. And the reason why this is good, the 77 overall legend players actually have some value. If we pop over here and go to the legend filter, wherever that may be, and we filter it down by 77, you guys can see right here, yes, some of them are selling for 4,000 coins, but I have been consistently selling these things off for 7,000 coins, just like that John Elway right here. And to actually build this set right over here, it is not expensive at all. You can buy 74s for the bare minimum, and the bare minimum for a 74 is 765 coins. I promise you guys, if you sit on the 74 overall filter, you can find these cards very easily for this exact price tag. If we times that number, so 765 times 5, we're going to get 3,825. So every single time you are completing that legend set, you can sell off these legends anywhere from, I'll say 6,500 upwards to 8,000 coins, depending on when you are playing. Take away the 10% auction house fee, you're still walking away making at least 2,000 coins every single time. And we're talking about converting 74s into 77s. There are going to be so many 74s going up for that price tag of 765. You may be sitting here telling yourself like, dude, why are you telling us to go make 2,000 coins? I'm telling you, the amount of times you can come in here and do this and repeat it and just get it done It's bare minimum investment. It's not a lot of time, and you can just consistently do it. There is going to be so many coins throughout the year to be made in this set right here. I will say probably won't do this set tomorrow just because we do have legends dropping, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, even Thursday of the weekdays before we get to legends will be prime time to come over here and complete this set. Point number 3 actually goes side by side with buying 74, so I do just want to quickly show you guys how I buy my 74s. I don't go directly from the auction house. You guys can see the way the auction house is filtered. It's 70s to 74, so finding cheap 74s can be a little bit frustrating. What I do is I go from the catalog and I click on players whose average price is the bare minimum. For example, Justin Wally right here, of course, his price is a little bit up. Team builders are causing the market to be up right now, but you still can find these players for cheap. And I'll go in through the catalog, and let's just say here, Jordan Hancock, on average, selling for 815 coins. I'll go in and I'll click. I'm also recording this video way too early in the morning, so the market will be up. But if you go in here and you click on the cheaper 74s from the catalog directly, I promise you guys you will be able to find these players, especially during prime times of the day. 6 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, I guess, is not an ideal time to find snipes, but trust me when I say it, they are there. You will find them. Number 3, I said it has to go side by sniping players, and that is exactly what it's going to be. Sniping 80s and 83. Now, with the way team builders are dropping, you can also snipe the 82 overall team builder players. This was better on Wednesday when they dropped. But sniping 80 overall players for 20,000 coins, you can sell these cards off instantly for 25,000+ coins. And it's also a great way to get some cheap training, which we will get to here in a second. It's not every day my videos add up to a grand finale method, but it's looking like today that's the way things are cooking up. When it comes to sniping players, there are a few different ways you guys can go about sniping. I know everyone has their different preferences. Some people like to snipe elites from the catalog. I don't like to snipe elites from the catalog, but like I just said, I do like to snipe the gold. I'd recommend you guys just filter down. And when it comes to filtering, again, there are many different ways you can do it. I personally recommend you guys sort by newest so you can see the cards that are listed up first. And again, just make sure you guys are buying the proper overalls for the proper price. I also think you can snipe 83s. I will show you guys that here in a second. When it comes to filtering down, again, people have different methods of how they like to do it. I like to filter down by all offense and all defense, and then I like to go through and I like to filter down by conference. So I'll go through all of these, all AFC North, and we'll see what pops up. Nothing here right off rip. And then from there, I will go through every single division, see what we can find. Right here, Jalen Waddle for 20,000 coins. I'd buy that, and then I would immediately list it up for 25,000 coins, and I would toss it up for 1 day. It looks like Waddle actually is kind of going for... No, man, that's just 2 right there. That's not a bad price to pay for a second one. I'm gonna let it... Actually, I'm buying that right there. That's actually another snipe right there. Realistically, I can sell 80 overall Waddle for like 30,000 coins because you need him to build his 86 overall champion, and that is one of the better wide receivers in the game. And I'll just go through here and I'll see how many of these snipes I can find depending on the price tag. We'll see how much we can actually list them up for. And then let's just say I get through all of the conferences right there. I'm actually going to get to the last one. Right here we see Courtland Sutton sitting there for 20,000 coins, another buy. And this is within the span of 1 minute. And again, like I said, it is super early in the morning. We couldn't find 74s, but we can find some 80s right now. Once I get through all the conferences, I'm going to do the exact same thing, but for all defense. And I'll go through here and I'll see how many 80s I can find for 20,000 coins. Once I go through all the 80s and we go through all the conferences and all of the offensive and defenses, I'm actually going to bump it up to 82s and 83s. Now, I'm not sure if I was saying 83s in the video or 82s. Again, it is early. We're trying to snipe 82s for anything under 50,000 coins. And then you can take them, and depending on the 82 you get, you can sell them upwards of 60 to 75,000 coins. And just like the 80s, these things are going to pop up. The other way people like to snipe, if they don't like to go through the conferences, you can go position by position. I just think this takes more time. You may get some better snipes. You may get a little bit lucky. You can also do this by conference. But for me, I have had no issue filtering down by all offense and then all defense and then going from conference to conference. Again, it is really up to you. Whatever method of sniping you enjoy doing, it's completely up to you and you have full control. But just know sniping still totally works in Madden 26. If anything, it's actually money right now. I meant to talk about this when we were talking about the legend sets. It just popped back in my head. But pre-building the 85 overall legend sets and going in and picking the brand new legend players that are already in the pack. Yes, Jeremy Shockey, Terrell Suggs, whatever other champions are dropping this Saturday, they're actually already in this set right now. And you can go in here, pre-build those players for cheaper than they will be on Saturday, and then be one of the first people to actually already have them on your account ready to sell off on Saturday. If I had to guess, Jeremy Shockey will be the most expensive one. I don't think it's a terrible idea if you will be on your console Saturday morning at 10:30 when content goes live, just having a Jeremy Shockey ready to sell. I wouldn't go crazy with this by any means, but just have 1 or 2 Jeremy Shockeys, Terrell Suggs just ready to go, ready to sell off. You cannot use the cards, you cannot touch the cards until content goes live, but you can have them sitting on your item binder ready to go and ready to sell off for as soon as content goes live. That wasn't a method, that's just a little bit of a piece of advice. The other method that I want to talk about right now regarding sets is actually still going to be the coach set, the light uniform, the base stadium set. It's essentially buying 70s for the bare minimum and then tossing them into all of these different sets. At the bare minimum, you can sell any jersey, coach, stadium, even playbooks for 2,000 coins. And depending on when you are playing, you can still sell these items off for upwards of 4, 5, 6,000 coins. You can buy 70 overall players for, I believe, 250 coins. So the investment is about 700 coins, and you can sell these cards upwards of, like I said, 4, 5, 6. Realistically, I've been flipping uniforms every single day, anywhere from 2 to like 3,900 coins. And just by doing that with the binder junk I get just by playing this game instead of selling things off for the bare minimum, I'm walking away making a little bit extra coins. I will say, check your golds. Seattle Seahawks theme team has shot up to the absolute moon, and therefore a lot of Seahawk gold players are selling for bread. And the last method we have today is going to be a fun one. It's all about buying cheap training, opening up a training reroll. Yes, we are opening up packs for a coin method today, and then rolling whatever we pull up into sets or just selling it off. And it has to do directly with the preseason standout training reroll. As I list up my Jalen Waddles for 28,000 coins, like I said, there were coins to be made right there. Let's pop over to the store and take a look at the training reroll. Now, we all know how packs have been this year. They're very hit or miss, but it is the 76 plus overall preseason standout player. It cost you 65 training to open up. That is not a lot of training at all. By the way, mystery packs, still very bug. Do not open these things up. But the 76 plus overall preseason standout player, the risk reward right here, especially with the way you guys are able to roll up your 76s and 78s and 80s and 82s, there are some coins to be made here. When it comes to buying cheap training, this is the MUT.GG pricing dashboard. They don't have golds on here, but I would just recommend going in here and buying 80s, 83s, or 80s like we just saw. Buying 81s for 25,000 coins is the best training ratio, but we also have 83s for 70,000 coins. That'll give you 430 training, and then buying 80s for about 22,000 coins or under will give you 110,000 training. 85s for 219 actually isn't that bad of a ratio, and it will give you the most coins, but buying 81s is by far the best way to go about getting your training ratio. If you are buying cheap training, buying 81s is going to be the best way to do it. When it comes to this specific reroll right here, 65 training for a 76 plus. Obviously, anytime it comes to opening up packs, there is going to be a little bit of luck on your side. But right here, we pull a 78 overall Jonathan Mingo. With this 78 overall Jonathan Mingo, 1, he quick sells for 44 training. 2, you can actually sell him off for 8,000 coins, which, like, right now, selling him off for 8K is the play. And the reason he is selling off for 8,000 coins is because we have the team builder sets. You need 78s and 79s to actually claim those 82s. Those 82s go into sets to claim the 85 overall team builder champions, which again are needed to claim the mega champion Brock Bowers or Nick Bosa. And so because of this, the 78 and 79 overall market has gone up a good bit. And by opening up these training rerolls right here, you have a really good chance to pull 78. Anything you pull from these reroll packs that is either a 78, an 80, an 82, or an 85, I'm going to say sell off right now. Where it gets a little bit complicated is if you do pull the 76s, and that's where the RNG kind of, hit or misses. Let's say you open up 10 of these things and you pull a bunch of 76s like I did right here. There are other ways to roll up the 76s. They sell for like 3,000 to 2,000 coins. I probably wouldn't sell these things off. I don't hate the idea of rolling them up to a 78 or 79, but like we talked about a few minutes ago, we also have the legend set. I don't think that's the best way to do it, but it's not a terrible way to roll up your 76s. 76s. Again, I don't hate the idea of 78s to 79s. If you're getting them for like 2,000 coins from the reroll, you could quick sell them back. But I do think the best thing to do with your 76s, if you are pulling them consistently from the set, is just rolling them up into 78 and 79 overall preseason standout players. I guess they're just going to be 78s. Those cards, like we just saw, selling for 9,000 coins. These cards, in theory, will cost you about 2,000 coins. It's also not a terrible investment right now to actually spend some time building these sets. There are some coins to be made in here, and it's directly tied into the team builder promo. Again, it is the riskiest method we have talked about today, but there are coins to be made in there. So if you have some time, I do not hate the idea at all. That said, fellas, are 5 coin methods you need to be doing right now in Madden 26 Ultimate Team. Let me know down below which of these methods are you guys actively doing, and have a great rest of your day. Love you guys. As always, peace, fellas. Have a good one.